For exclusive content that Shakaama offers, join us over at Patreon as supporter of the Shakaama Live Show. That's video content you won't see on YouTube that can help you grow and maintain your wealth, financial education wrapped up in plain English, and video series of interesting and thought-provoking topics. Join us at bit.ly/PatronShack. It's the first link in the information box. Okay, so the other shoe has now dropped. For all of you male feminists, let me start with this. I have a political science degree as my undergraduate degree. A good 50% of that is psychology. I took psychology after psychology after psychology after psychology courses. So it's actually hard to even speak to people because I'm always thinking of what is underlying what they're actually saying. You know that people give off hints as to what they're really feeling, or they give off hints as to how they were brought up, or their psychology just comes screaming through of what they're talking about versus what you can actually notice about them, including body language or whatever. So a lot of guys have declared themselves male feminists. Well, the psychology behind this connotes a notion that these are men who feel inadequate of being a man. Now, let me put a pin in that right there. This entire notion of feminism is a white thing. It is not a black thing. In the black culture, man and woman is seen as being equal. I know a lot of black women have now taken that too far and saying that woman is the backbone of the black community, but that of course is completely a lie. Man is the backbone. He carries everybody else on his back. As far as being in a Western society, he carries everybody on the back because that is Western, white, European culture, that the man has to carry everybody on his back. That's woman and children, right? Or even nephew who has a slain father or something like that, cousin, and extends and extends and extends. Now, there is this erroneous notion in the black culture hoisted upon us by white supremacy that black women are alone, and okay, that's a complete lie. And I've done a million videos telling you the reality of how many single black mothers there are in our group. If you refuse to listen to me, first of all, you need to be choked out because I'm black. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't have an agenda for you to worship me because I'm white. And that's what that agenda is about. We do not have an incarceration black problem. We do not have a black on black murder crime problem. You know who has a group on group problem? White people. White people kill white people. In the millions and billions. We don't have a problem. And please never listen to anybody who says anything about per capita, okay? Now let's get back to this. So the male feminist, the psychology of it is that it is a man who feels guilty for being a man, which means he is a failure as a man. Men should revel in being a man. Women should revel in being a woman. In the black culture, man needs woman, woman needs man. The two are equal and have always been. We don't have a male, all-powerful God. No such thing in our culture. It's always male and female. Always. Because how can you give birth to the universe in one gender. That makes no sense, right? Before you try and talk about God is this and God is that and blah, 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 blah. The whole idea is that we're anthropomorphizing God, right? So we are making God in man's image. The whole notion is that we're making... So in the Western culture, they have a male dominance psychology, right? So their God is always going to be just a man. How is a man going to give birth? It makes no sense. All right? For all of you Western religion people, it makes no sense. The only people who came close to that were the Norse mythology people, who said that God is a blacksmith and he has hammered out on his anvil the universe. Okay, that sounds plausible, more plausible than God said, poof, let there be light. God said, poof, let there be... Where is it? He's a magician? He's a wizard? Because you say he's not a wizard. You say he's not a magician. You say he's all-powerful. Oh, okay, well, that extends to, taking a look at it, that must mean he's a magician. That he's a sorcerer. He's a wizard. But that goes against your entire notion of such thing, because that, in your book, is also demonic. It's demons who are sorcerers, demons who are wizards, demons who are magicians. The entire dichotomy of Western religion is just so strange. Now, here's the other shoe. So the man who doesn't feel comfortable with being a man, who's ashamed of being a man, and who has given over to white knightism, that means that he comes to the rescue of women in hopes that the woman will date and marry him. The other shoe has now dropped. Feminists are now coming out and saying point blank, I won't hook up with a male feminist, I won't date a male feminist, and I won't marry a male feminist. Now, why is a feminist even talking about dating or hooking up with a... Well, she's confused as well, because feminism is hatred of men, but her body tells her that, hey, we have to be about the notion of repopulating the earth, so you better get to your business of hooking up with men. So these feminine men, because that's what we're talking about. I mean, let's not mince words. These feminine men who think that they're going to hook up with a woman, who talk about, oh yeah, men are rapists. Oh yeah, marriage is rape. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm totally against that. Now the woman is like, okay, thanks. Oh, hey Thor, let's go hook up. Yeah, right? That's the scenario. So the feminine man is trying to hook up with a woman, and he calls himself a feminist, and she's like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's go over here to this real man. Now you see what you have created in yourself, men, feminine men. I saw a video of a guy who says, oh, if I lived in the 1950s and I had to take care of the wife and the children, I wouldn't do very well because I'm not good at making decisions. No, sir, listen to me. If you were in the 1950s, you would not have this notion of being feminine. You would have been completely culturized to be a man. You have been feminized. In 2016, you have been so feminized as to be ashamed of being a man. And everything about you is about that. Now, let me plead with all of the white people, leave black people out of this. Black culture is different from your culture. Leave us out of this feminine MRA, MGTOW, pickup artists. We don't need pickup artists because black men are very well versed in being pickup artists. It's a part of our culture already. I keep saying this. White culture and black culture are completely different. We are not the same. For whatever reason, you leave the Japanese alone. For whatever reason, you leave the Latinos alone. You leave the Jews alone. You leave the Amish alone. But you want to say black people somehow are the same as you? No, we're not. You admit that we have quote unquote soul, and we told you we have soul. That's our culture. White people don't have soul because it's not a part of your culture. It is our culture. So this whole feminist thing, leave black people out of it, because you're actually destroying black culture when you try. You have to fight with us feminists. Black woman, you are destroying black culture when you side with that mess. Black culture does not see the black woman as being inferior, and never has. Never has, ever. Black men have never oppressed black women. And if you find a black woman who says such a thing, she is confused as the day is long and probably needs medication. And you should probably stay away from her, because she's probably a danger to others and a danger to herself. And I am not joking. Her psychology has been completely broken. White culture has completely destroyed every vestige of self-identity in that black woman. Why am I targeting black women? Because black women are now being broken out of black culture. I don't care it doesn't matter how dark they are. It doesn't matter how light they are. They have been completely broken out of, and they are no longer a part of black culture. That's the real big issue there. I'm just giving you a hint. So please, you white feminists, leave black women alone. The only thing that you're doing is destroying the black community if you do that. And if that's what you're doing, then you are the enemy. You are not our friends. I can't make it any clearer than that. If you're trying to make black women a feminist, you are trying to destroy black culture. You are the enemy. You are not our friend, and you are trying to say that you are our friend. I am telling you, by virtue of you, a feminist, trying to make black women feminist, you are the enemy of all black people. Point blank. Did I make that any clearer? Could I make that any clearer than that? Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show, and I hope the white men who listen to me take this to heart. It is good that you are a man. And for the women who are still sane, white women, it is good that you are a woman. I don't need to say that to black people, because our culture is that we revel in the beauty of black women. We revel in the beauty of a black man. And it has always been that way. Always. Even when they took slaves. How's that for some psychology? Thank you for watching Shakaama Live Show.